Have every penny brings you benefits. Make every penny's worth. Do not take the first step without thinking about the last step. June 21st, 1914. Dear John, Mr. Charles left us forever, which makes me sad. As a faithful citizen of God, Mr. Charles has always been a very kind and rich man. He is willing to do good and constantly uses the money he earns to help those compatriots suffering in poverty. I believe that God will welcome him with a smile in heaven because of his benevolence and selflessness. Being with the sincere soul is a blessing from heaven. It is a lifetime honor to have a partner like Mr. Charles. Of course, Mr. Charles's cautious character often leads to constant friction between us, but it does not take away my respect for him at the very least. To lose respect for noble people is to deprive yourself of dignity. Back then, the top management of the company had the habit of having lunch together. Every time I had a meal, even though I was the first person in the company, I would leave him a seat that symbolized the core of the company to show my respect for his integrity. Yes, this is not enough. Noble morality should be praised. On the whole, although Deus is only a very small detail, it may affect the entire company and affect the company's performance. In fact, Standard Oil's partners are all honest people. We all know how valuable and important cooperation is to respect, trust, and unite. We strive to make it a reality. Therefore, even if there is a disagreement, we will only speak up and talk about the matter, not scheme against one another or make false claims. I believe that in such a pure atmosphere, even if someone has improper thoughts, he will leave them at home. But this is just one of the reasons why Standard Oil is so powerful that it awes its opponents. While sincere cooperation is regarded as the most important factor in our lives, in this regard, Mr. Charles exemplified his practice. As the leader of the company, I sincerely advocated this during a board meeting. We are a family. We share the honor and disgrace, and our strong palms hold up our common cause. Therefore, I suggest to everyone, please do not say what I should do, but say what we should do. Don't forget, we are partners, and whatever we do is for the benefit of all of us. My speech infected Mr. Charles, and he was the first to respond to me. Gentlemen, I understand. What John meant was that we are more important than me. We are a family. That is right. It should be we. At that moment, I saw our great future because we began to be loyal to us. Do not forget that everyone is selfish. Everyone is loyal to themselves by nature, and I is the religion in everyone's heart. When we replaces me, the power it gives off will be incalculable. The reason why I can achieve great success is because I manage everyone first, every single one of them. Mr. Charles and I share a common belief, and we are both devout Christians. I like Mr. Charles's favorite motto, treasure time and money. I always thought it was a motto that embodies great wisdom. I believe that most people will like it, but it is difficult to turn it into their own thoughts, beliefs, and values, and integrate it into their own blood. Yes, no matter how much a person accumulates wise words and proverbs, and no matter how high his insights are, if he cannot use every right opportunity to act, his character will not be well influenced in the end. If you lose your good intentions, you will get nothing. Almost everyone knows that whether you can build a happy life and achieve success is related to how you use your time. However, for many people, time is their enemy. They kill it and obliterate it. But if anyone steals their time, they will be furious, because time is money after all, and the most important time is life. Unfortunately, they just do not know how to use their time. In fact, this is not as difficult as Mr. Columbus discovering America. The important thing is that we plan every day, even every moment, know what to think about and how to act. Planning is the basis for us to live in accordance with the daily situation, and it can show us what is feasible. To make a perfect plan, you must first confirm what you want. In addition, every plan must have measures, and you have to monitor the results. A plan that can discuss actions and produce results is a valuable plan. Of course, creativity, spontaneity, and belief can turn the impossible into possible and break through the limits of a plan. So do not be strictly confined within the plan. Every moment is the key, and every decision affects the course of life. So we must have a determined strategy. Resolution should not be made too hastily when encountering important problems. If you do not think about the last step, never take the first step. Believe that there is always time to think about the problem and act, and you need to have patience to allow maturity of the plan. But once a decision is made, it must be implemented faithfully like a fighter. Making money will not make you bankrupt. It is Mr. Charles' Bible for getting rich. At a luncheon, Mr. Charles publicized his philosophy of making money. That day, he inspired each of us with passion like a motivational speaker would. He told us all, there are two kinds of people in the world that will never be rich. First, people who like to live a glamorous life, like flies staring at a stinky meat. They are very interested in luxury goods. They spend so much that they do their best to have exquisite costumes, expensive cars, luxurious houses, and highly sought-after art. This kind of life is indeed fascinating, but it lacks rationality, and they lack such vigilance. They are looking for ways to increase debt, and they will become poor slaves to cars and houses, and once they go bankrupt, they are finished. The second type of people are those who like to save money and store it in the bank, but it is no different from freezing money. You must know that you cannot make money on interest. However, there is a kind of people who will become rich. For example, everyone here. We do not look for ways to spend money, but look for ways to cultivate and manage various investments, because we know that wealth can be used to produce more money. We will use the money to invest and create more wealth, but we also need to know that every penny can bring benefits. This is just like John's usual business principle: make every penny's worth. Mr. Charles's speech drew enthusiastic applause. I was ignited by him, and I was applauding so hard that I still felt two palms aching after the meal. Now I can no longer hear that kind of applause, and there is no chance for that kind of applause.